Welcome back to the Bonafide Truth. I'm your host, Bonafide Soldier. This video is going to be about the delusion of inclusion and the Cøøning and collusion. Like, why is it that coons love to just, they love to collude, they love to collaborate with our enemies? Let me talk about that first, because that is something that irritates me as an African American that is Pan-African, Afrocentric, trying to see my people get themselves together so that way we can all be one once again. Or even if you think this is just for the first time, let us all try to be one, right? That's the thing. But coons get in the way. They are always getting in the way. Sambos, they are always going to be in the way. You got the coon cadets, and like my boy Amazing Lucas says, you got the Sambo soldiers. And they just keep reappearing, popping up, standing in the way, stepping up for our enemies and telling us that we are nothing, we are the issue, we are problematic, and that our enemies are innocent. You know how many YouTube channels I've been down where I'm like, oh, look, it's somebody that looks like me. It's somebody that is of my lineage, of my people. These are Africans, African diaspora, African Americans, whatever, right? No. Not all the time. Sometimes I scroll through and I recognize a pattern. It's the same thing with people like Candace Owens or backstabbing ass Officer Tatum. Like it's the same thing with these type of people, Amala Epic Kunobi, these people, they just seem to have the same type of patterns. They seem to say the same type of things. They seem to always have this opinion that black people are ghetto, black people are wild, black people are dangerous, black people are racist, black people are all the bad things. But every time something happens with the group that they're trying to defend in this case, they're silent. Whenever the enemy does something against us, whenever the adversary to our cause is doing something against us, they have nothing to say. But the minute we are doing something, even if it's just reacting to something being done to us, all of a sudden they are vocal. They are vocal. They are sitting here saying, how dare we? How dare we see injustice? How dare we act like victims when we've been victimized? How dare we? Right? Like, but then they have ridiculous beliefs themselves, like Candace Owens saying that dinosaurs are fake and gay. Who believes crap like this, right? She thinks that the elite are worshiping Baal Hadad. Have you seen some of her videos? She thinks Erica Kirk killed Carly Kirk. Like, who really cares from the black community about who killed who from our adversarial community? Who cares, right? Why would we care who killed Charlie Kirk? Oh, it's because Candace Owens and people like her care. Because they're crying, they're latching on to their massa, to their leader, to the person that they feel like is right in this situation. But whenever we have leaders, whenever we try to make a point, they're against it. They hate all of our leaders. They hate everything that we have to say about the opposing side. They hate all of that. Why? Why do they hate that? Why do they collude with the people that are trying to destroy us? Why do they collude with the people that are trying to destroy them? Because they always get dumped on their asses. They do. They always get dumped on their asses. So many of them. Even the Coon twins. The conservative twins, they get together. They used to be funny, entertaining. Now what? They're just raggedy coons, just on YouTube talking shit about Africans, talking shit about African Americans, bashing us, saying that we're this and that, saying the F word towards Africans, saying forget Africans, like F Africa, right? Why? Why such a deep hatred, right? Like, it'd be one thing to not care. That's one thing. That's still an issue. But why the deep hatred? Is this supposed to be funny? Am I supposed to laugh at you mocking a people that has been through so much? I'm not sitting up here on the internet trying to mock anybody. I'm not mocking Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not mocking anybody. I'm not up here mocking Austin Metcalf, but I'm not going to sit here and act like we don't see the injustice here. But every single time you have backstabbing ass Tatum, you have coons like Charleston White, you have all these people that step up and they say the most ridiculous things. You have all these different YouTube channels where all they do is bash black people. They don't ever have anything helpful to say. They don't ever have anything useful to say. They don't ever have anything that actually is worth something, that holds weight. No, it's just critique of how, oh, well, look at this clip. Look at this clip. There are black people starving. Why don't you go take a clip of that and post that so that way people can do something about that? You care more about trying to lambast and bash black people, but you don't want to help black people. African people worldwide suffer in different levels at different avenues, at different angles, but you are worried about the angle of, look at black people that pretend to be victims. Look at those people using up food stamps. Look at DEI. Look at that. How dare the country that brought African slaves over here, that brought enslaved people over here, how dare they try to look out for their descendants? How dare this country? Look how stupid you sound. Look how stupid you sound. You really hate yourself that much? How dare they try to give back to the community that they disparaged? How dare they? How dare they try to help them pick themselves up by their bootstraps? How dare they? So people that have done unto us, or that feel guilty for their ancestors having done something unto us, or our ancestors, you're gonna ignore their part in it, or you're gonna bash them alongside with us, right? People that are trying to do holistic things, you're gonna bash them with the people that you claim are also trying to be victims in this, right? But why is this? Because of your delusion of inclusion. You think you're included, right? You think you're included in everything. You must also think that your vote matters, right? You must also think that your voice matters to the people that you are kissing up to, that you are sucking up to, that you're on your knees begging for the attention of, right? You must feel proud of yourself when somebody dies and you just pull out any random fact that you heard from some hick asshole that is trying to tell you something that is not even true, that is trying to tell you something to throw you off, that is telling you disinformation, not just misinformation, disinformation. He is trying to distract you. He is trying to turn you away from the truth. He or she. These people are telling you lies, and here you are, the little coon you are, little coon cadet you are. You go, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You're right. That black person, they were acting irrational. You're right. I see it. I see it for what it is. African Americans or people of African descent can't even behave like Africans. Especially not in America. What happens, right? We dance at a graduation. Oh, look at them, they're ghetto. This is despicable. Look at this detestable action. I'm sorry, we are African descendant. African people dance in a particular way that is different than the way that Caucasians or Asians dance. Have you not understood that, or did you forget? Oh wait, it's the delusion of inclusion. So that's why the coons are also sitting here trying to say, well, look at how African descendant people dance, while they themselves are also African descendant. What is so ghetto about how African people dance? Can somebody tell me what defines the parameters behind what makes the dance of African people ghetto? What makes it ghetto? Who decided what dance was ghetto or not? Was it the coons? Was it the Caucasians? Was it the Asians? Who decided this? Because they have their own dances and we don't call them ghetto. We don't call them stupid. Oh, wait. There's a few videos. There's a few, what is it, TikToks? There's a few TikToks, right? There were a few Vines. There were a few Reels. There were a few stories, whatever, right? There was a few, there was some video. There was some clip where these people got mocked because they looked goofy. Yes, because people that are from different cultures don't understand each other that well. Initially, they really don't. But your delusion of inclusion has you just dismissing your own culture, but standing up for other cultures for no particular reason. You're like, oh, we don't need a Black History Month, but you'll celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Oh, We don't need a Juneteenth, but you'll celebrate the 4th of July. What kind of a coon are you? What is this? You should just be ashamed of yourself for being such a coon. You know who you are, you coons. You should be so ashamed of yourself. You disgust me. You are actually disgusting. There are people that die. We know that there are cases where there's more nuance, that there are many cases where the information is unbalanced from our angle, unbalanced from the other angle. But you don't like to play things in a balanced way, do you? You don't like to sit here and say, well, sometimes black people are being mistreated. Sometimes there is a point to why black people act the way they act, and it does have something to do with why they are the way they are. It does have something, history does hold weight, but you forget that, don't you? You're like, well, African people were enslaved, but did you know that so were white people? Did you know that Asian people okay. Does that undo that anybody was enslaved? So how about this? What if I said, well, those white people that were enslaved, I hope they were done their justice. If any Asians or Native Americans were enslaved, I hope they were done their justice. So how about this? For African people that were enslaved historically, I hope we are done our justice. But that doesn't fit their narrative, does it? Jews can get their justice for the Holocaust 100 years later, but us, asking for justice for something that happened 50 years ago or even 5 seconds ago is ridiculous. I'm not saying that black people should sit here and beg their enemies for reparations. I think separation or a reasonable reimagining of integration could possibly work. But this whole begging people to help us, yeah, I agree. We shouldn't beg people to help us. Yeah. That's one thing that the Coon Cadets got right. We shouldn't beg America to help us. But Coon Cadets, are you going to help your own people, or are you going to just sit there and keep bashing us? Are you going to sit there and keep making excuses? Are you going to sit there and just go and hold hands and wiggle your ass for the enemies? Are you going to sit there and do all the things that you're accusing us of not doing for the other side, huh? Are you just going to do that? Are you just going to point the finger? Or are you going to get active and take accountability for your people? You sitting here saying that we need to take accountability for ourselves. Well, you are a part of that. Or have you forgotten that because of your delusion of inclusion? Because of coons colluding, huh? It's ridiculous. But this has been the Bonafide Truth. Stop being a coon. Grow up. Love yourself. Love your people. Bye.